Alright, Chris and Jamie here for Get More Awesome, and right now we're going to do a submission called the omoplata from guard. So this one seems like it's a lot of steps, but if you have the opportunity to work with me one-on-one, I'll give you a chance to see how it's easy to set up an omoplata from several other submissions if those submissions aren't going well. But this might seem like a lot of steps, okay? And it seems like a lot of movement. Okay, but that's just because we're starting it from guard. It's not always easiest to start just from guard and say, I'm going to do an omoplata. Usually it's easier to finish from something else. But we're going to go through it. Alright. So I've got Jamie in my guard, and I want to do an omoplata. So from here, I'm going to go this way, and I want this arm for my omoplata. Okay? Now I'm not worried really about dominating this arm just yet. But I want to keep my eyes on it, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift further than 90 degrees. If I can, I want to shift all the way 180 degrees around this way. So my head's this way, okay? So I'm going to have to break my guard, okay? And as I'm coming this way, so my right side is capturing Jamie's left. My left leg is going to swing wide. Okay, and my right leg is going to come up against the back of her shoulder. And I'm going to start creating pressure to force her face toward the mat. Okay? Like this. Okay. You can see this foot coming through. I want to get the same lock as I would for a triangle. Try and keep her leg tight in. Okay? And while I'm here, if I'm not careful, my opponent can actually do a somersault right out of this. So I'm going to just actually, once she's face down to the mat, I'm going to put my hand over her back, her low back, to keep her from somersaulting out. I'm actually going to use her back to help me sit up. Boom. And as I sit up, I create more pressure on the back of her shoulder, forcing her further into the mat. I'm going to keep some pressure on her low back so she can't somersault out. And you can see that this arm has been trapped in here. And the omoplata is when I basically do the same movement as I would for Kimura on her shoulder. Okay? So I just put it at about 90 degrees, and I rotate this wrist under her elbow, and it won't take much for her to tap. Okay? In fact, you can actually finish this by just placing their arm right on your front and just leaning forward. Okay? Because I can continue to lean all the way forward, okay? I could push off of her and just flatten myself onto the mat, and this arm would be gone, okay? But that is the omoplata. Great easy thing to set up from an arm bar. Great thing to set up from a triangle. You got options for finishing that. It seems like it's kind of cumbersome to go from guard 180 degrees around, and if you're not careful, you create a lot of space for them to escape out of, but very useful submission.